Welcome back to In4min. As always, I'm Jalen Russell, joined again by Jalen Gray. We're going to hop right into the news. On Saturday, February 4th, the New York Times reported Donald Trump is still closely tied to his business dealings, despite placing them in a blind trust to avoid conflict of interest. He also still receives reports on the profits and losses, according to that same story by the New York Times, on all of those companies. Lastly, Donald Trump, in a promo for an interview that was airing on Sunday with Bill O'Reilly, said, "Many people have come out and said I'm right, you know that," in reference to his voter fraud claims, despite the fact that many leaders on both sides of the aisle have said otherwise.
All right, moving on into Sunday, in response to Judge James Robart blocking his federal immigration ban, President Trump tweeted that if something happens, blame him and the court system. President Trump also tapped his VP, Mike Pence, to head a voter fraud investigation. Lastly, in an interview with Bill O'Reilly, Trump said that a replacement plan for Obamacare could take up until next year.
On Monday, Donald Trump tweeted, "Any negative polls are fake news, just like the CNN, ABC, and NBC polls in the election." Additionally, 16 state attorney generals filed a friend of the court brief supporting the Washington state lawsuit against Donald Trump and his travel ban. And lastly, in his first speech to the military, Donald Trump blamed the dishonest press for not covering terrorist attacks performed by ISIS. And in response to that, the White House released a list from September 2014 to December 2016 of different terrorist attacks performed by ISIS that were undercovered by the media, including the Paris massacre in November 2015, the San Bernardino shootings, and the Orlando nightclub shooting.
All right, on Tuesday, Mike Pence had to break a 50-50 tie in the Senate to confirm nominee Betsy DeVos for Secretary of Education. In response, the president of the American Federation of Teachers said that the confirmation was a sad day for children. Lastly, Elizabeth Warren attempted to read a letter by Coretta Scott King detailing Sessions' history denying blacks the right to vote, and she was subsequently silenced by Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
On Wednesday, the Senate confirmed Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General in a 52-47 vote. Additionally, Donald Trump tweeted out Nordstrom's is treating Ivanka unfairly following their decision to pull her line from their stores. And lastly, an Emerson College poll revealed that Donald Trump's administration is considered truthful by 49% of registered voters, compared to the news media, which is only considered truthful by those same voters 39% of the time.
Wow. All right. On Thursday, a former top official under the Obama administration accused Kellyanne Conway of breaking the law by telling people to buy Ivanka Trump's clothing line on an interview with Fox and Friends. President Trump doubled down on his comments, saying that the U.S. should have taken oil from the Middle East. He said, in quotes, that we spent $6 trillion and never even kept a tiny oil well. Lastly, he signed 3 executive orders to further his law and order agenda. One which calls on the administration to strengthen federal law in order to reduce transnational criminal organizations. Many people think this is aimed at Mexican drug cartels. A second which focuses on preventing crime against law enforcement. And third, an executive order which is directed at crime reduction more broadly and gives Jeff Sessions the authority to establish a task force aimed at reducing illegal immigration, drug trafficking, as well as violent crime.
That's all we have for you this week. Thanks for watching. Have a good week.